my name is Kai, I'm sick, I make videos about my life, and welcome to wrist surgery number 3. Third year in a row, we're going strong. If you couldn't tell, I do have a sling on. I am post-surgery. I filmed absolutely nothing for this because I really wasn't all that worried, so I almost never took my camera out. I almost never filmed anything, so you're getting me mostly talking and then the rest of this surgery. So let's go. If you know nothing about wrist surgery number 1 or 2, I would probably suggest you checking out some of my past videos, because oh boy have I made videos about my wrist before. But in case you don't remember, or if you are just, you know, gonna refuse to watch them, which is fine, I respect that. Pretty much the update about my wrist is that I had a bone that was too long in my arm, so they had to go in and do an ulnar shortening ostomy, take a chunk of my bone out. They put in hardware because it was a broken arm. So surgery number 2 was taking the hardware out. I did have a pretty bad TFCC tear, so they fixed that up. But what I guess we didn't know that I also had an issue with is in your hand, you got a tendon that runs like this, and then there's going to be like a little tendon sheath that holds it. And I guess mine was either like snapped or stretched or something of that nature. And so my tendon was like not in place. So it like, my wrist like popped all the time, and I will show you what that looked like. Kind of horrific. So we wanted to fix that. Pretty much I have a new orthopedic because I just moved. He pretty much was like, well, I haven't been in your arm, I don't know what's in there, but what I would suggest is we go ahead and suture the tendon in place. So we just kind of like make up for the tendon sheath not doing its job, and then it holds it in place. And I was like, that sounds good. Which pretty much is what the hardware that was holding my bone together was actually doing, which is why I didn't have any issues with it after the first surgery, because that hardware also acted to hold the tendon in place. Once we took the hardware out, then the tendon started popping out again. Because my tendons started doing this in 2022, and we'd already dealt with having it in place for a while and not using it for long, we were like, I mean, the options were for me to completely like splint my arm past my elbow and just wait and try and see if that did anything, or jump right into surgery. And honestly, I was like, I have a feeling I'm gonna need surgery anyways. We've done the waiting, I've done all the PT, we've done everything. I think at this point we just need to go in there. And the surgeon was like, yep, that sounds good, especially with you having EDS. Everything is extra stretchy, so this will just fix that. So that's what we did. We went to fix it, and right before, so I got to the surgery center, super efficient. Also guys, this is my 9th surgery, which is not actually like that insane, I think, to some people who have disabilities, but that's kind of insane to me. So 9th surgery, 3rd on my wrist, but this was like the most efficient surgery I've ever had. Everybody was like on top of it, so that was great. But I get there and the surgeon was like, I had an idea. I was like, oh, that's never the words you want to hear from your surgeon the day of surgery. But he pretty much said, I'm going to, so I already have a long incision that goes along the side of my arm. He extended the top of it, so it's going to be even longer. And he went in to take care of the tendon sheath, and he's like, I have an idea to go in from the top of your hand and fix some of the nerves. And just, I could not tell you what he did to my nerves. He did something to the nerves, but he was pretty much like, we're gonna do this, and even if you have other issues, you're gonna feel a lot less pain because of it. And I was like, sign me the heck up. So that's what we did. So pretty much I have 2 incisions, one, from my understanding, one there and one there. I don't know what they look like. I don't actually know what they are. We're gonna see. Surgery itself was fairly easy. They did a nerve block, put me under. I woke up, had the splint, had the sling. I came home, nerve block. This nerve block took a while to wear off. Like, I don't think it wore off till like 6 a.m. the next day, which was fine. With the nerve block in place, I couldn't move my arm at all, so it was pretty useless. And the thing with this surgery is because I had a tendon sheath repair. You saw the title of the video, you know what surgery this is. I couldn't tell you what it is right now. But whatever surgery this is, specifically, half of the emphasis is that you have, the cast goes past your elbow. So I have a splint that comes up to like here. Normally you could see it, but I actually had meetings today, so I wanted to look professional and not like I have a horrifically awful arm while on camera. So from here up it does look normal, but I have a splint that goes up past my elbow, and then have a sling. And so I had surgery on the 6th, February 6th. It's currently the 18th, so I have not had my splint taken off. Like, this is the same thing I came home from surgery of. I have worn this all day, every day. I can like move my arm. It gets tired and a little bit sore. And they pretty much told me to be wearing this all the time. So I have been, which is fine, because the longer I go without wearing it, the more my arm hurts just a little bit. And then obviously this is heavy, and trying to hold up past my elbow is difficult. So it has just been sling happy days since the 6th. But that means that arm is pretty much off thing. I can wiggle my fingers, you know, whatever, but I've tried to keep them in the splint as much as possible so I don't use them by accident, because I'm really bad about that. Yeah, but I've been able to like move my fingers and all of that, and like there's not actually any, all my fingers are just wedged in there. Like, there's nothing in between my thumb, which is kind of a weird feeling, but that's okay. I'm used to like, because I broke my thumb when I was younger, so I'm used to like a splint holding my thumb away, but not the case. So anyways, I've been rambling for a while, but point in case, splint past my elbow in a sling for the first bit of it. Tomorrow morning, I'm actually going in to, they're gonna cut me out, free me. I don't know if I have stitches or what I have in there, but they're gonna free me from whatever's in there. And then I am doing, this specific surgeon does like custom brace is what or some kind of brace is what I've gathered. So I'll be getting out of this. From what I'm aware of, as long as everything's healing nicely, I don't have to have this sling anymore, but we'll have to see on that. So potentially no sling, potentially, well, I am switching to a brace. That should go smoothly. And this is when, if you wanted to do PT, you would do PT. I'm not going to, because I've done so much PT in my life. I know how to rehabilitate my wrist. This is not my first rodeo, so I think I'll be fine. Yeah. Anyways, that's my update, and I will take you along with me tomorrow morning to go witness the fun. Hello, I am out of my sling, and they have put me in a brace. It's like a hard plastic. They warped it to me. There's like soft lining on the sides, Velcro. They gave me other colors of black because I freaked out about having tan on here, but the black is like scratchy, so they have the soft ones, and then when I'm going to an event or something, I can just put the black one on. I can't like straighten my elbow all the way, like that's kind of it. And I can't like rotate my arm at all yet still. So I will be in this for another few, I think I have like 2 weeks where I can't do anything with it. Then I start PT, then I can start bending my wrist, but I can't do any rotation yet. But for now, this is the splint. And I guess we will just, almost there, chill with it until PT. Hello, I just got out of orthopedic appointment, did an x-ray, everything looks good. He pretty much came in and he went, well, don't do any handstands, but we're gonna start getting your mobility back. Have fun, and left. And then I went over to OT. So OT's in the same building, so I just like walked
able to like move my wrist up and down, and like I'm not able to really rotate it yet, but getting that mobility back has been the big thing. So still wearing the brace for 2 weeks for sure. Starting to like, I can start to do like all the little things or whatever. No heavy lifting yet. But yeah, now I'm just gonna have to try and balance OT for this, finishing up really fast, and then going over and getting a wheelchair, because those are two big things. And then also potentially getting a feeding tube in the next few weeks. So that's what you missed on my life. Now I'm gonna go drive home and hop on work meetings, because I've already missed a meeting and it's been a chaotic day, and I did not expect to be at the orthopedic as long as I did, so bye. Okay, so I started doing PT for my wrist yesterday, and literally between being able to start doing movements at home and doing one session of PT yesterday, my wrist is already like that, and then I can like, this side to side is rough, but yeah, I mean it's already doing really well. I still can't rotate it though. Okay, so I am just now hitting the 10-week mark since my wrist surgery. The scar is doing pretty fantastic, pretty small. This is the scar from this surgery. This is from my first two. But yeah, this one is from this first surgery. She's doing nice and good, smooth, and all of that. Yeah, things are going pretty well. I finally this week hit the point in which I have less pain in my wrist than before I did surgery, and my wrist feels more stable than it has in like years. And it felt pretty stable after my first arm surgery, which is the ulnar shortening ostomy, when I had the hardware holding the tendon in place, but now the bone is not too long and my tendon is actually being held in place the right way. And I'm still like, the tendon is so stiff still. Like this week it's finally started to really loosen up, but yeah, it's definitely still very stiff, definitely still really been a struggle to get it going, and this has definitely been the hardest of the 3 surgeries. Not like that it's been bad, but it's definitely been a long road. But yeah, I've been doing PT twice a week pretty much since I got out of the splint. I'm pretty much supposed to just be going back to everything that I need to be getting back to. I have good motion. I'm still sleeping with the brace on. I started having an allergic reaction to the big splint. I don't even think you can see it, but the skin was just destroyed, so I just started wearing a different brace that I already had. And that kind of helped. But yeah, I'm just finishing up PT, and then I should be like pretty much all cleared. I've started doing all of my lifting, and I'm starting to build muscle back up, so range of motion's pretty good. And it's just a matter of getting that sore, tight feeling to leave, even when I'm doing awkward things. So the thing I'm probably struggling the most with is this movement is bringing my hand up from like upside down. Like doing this, totally fine. Flipping it around, this is where I have more issues. But that's really it. Everything else is doing fantastic. Good range of motion on everything. I can do like side to side pretty well. So yeah, it's definitely taken a minute. This has not been a slow recovery. It's been a slow recovery. It's been, I'm at the 10-week mark, and I'm just now starting to lift like 1 pound weights, which is not that bad, but it's still been a long while for this one. But yeah, it was overall surgery worth it for sure. And I'm just glad that I'm starting to have a lot less pain and all of that fun stuff. I'm starting to embroider, going back to crocheting. Very excited about this. But on that note, I am probably going to end this video here. You know, hopefully one day, I think I'm gonna have to do some of the same surgeries on this hand at some point. But hopefully this time for realsies, this is the last video in a wrist about my wrists for a long time. We're hoping, we're manifesting it. We're gonna close this chapter for a long while. But if you're interested in following the rest of my health journey, feel free to check out the rest of my videos, or down below, wherever I've linked to them. There's a link somewhere. Go find it. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed. Much love, and I will see you next time.